She will be here hopefully next week. And yeah, I mean, if you haven't been here before, Enterprise Experts is a community where we share business nuggets at work, and you can deploy those nuggets in your business. Hopefully, you get results that you can sort of point to very, very quickly. We're here to help support business owners and the business community in general. So if you haven't been here before, we will ask that you obviously leave your name and leave your comments below, and hopefully we can sort of say hi if wherever you're joining us from. Just leave your name in the comment section, and we can say a little hello, and obviously tell us which part of the world you're joining us from. You can follow us on all of our channels that you can see on the right hand side there. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we are also on YouTube. And in particular, if you want to sort of follow us on YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube channel, by all means, please do so by clicking on the subscribe button. If you're watching via YouTube tonight, if you'll see the subscribe button at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you want to receive notifications whenever we go live, I also suggest that you also click on the bell button that you will find again at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Yeah, we welcome you. If you can please do that. Right, so diving straight into it, tonight we're gonna sort of look what errors or what mistakes did you make as a budding entrepreneur. And I love that question for a number of reasons, because it sort of makes one go back or go down memory lane. And I kind of go back and think, okay, where we started from. I think the the easiest thing would be for me to sort of try to maybe tell you a little story as well. I mean, because I think that story might just help us to sort of put things into context. So yeah, young man who just well, just in uni actually, and my friend and I, we had this little side hustle that we were doing at the time. He was very good um, with woodwork at the time, and we kind of found that there was a bit of a gap in the market, or an opportunity in the market to um, offer products to students in the universities that could have name plaques on their doors. Also, we could also have what you call little letter boxes that people could put notes in them, and they seem to be doing quite well. Well, it was an opportunity, and because my friend, he had amazing skills when it came to creating stuff from wood. Anyway, we found we found a niche in the market, and we just sort of dived straight in. We didn't even think twice about business planning or anything like that. We just sort of went straight into the business and started to supply folks because we saw an opportunity there. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, maybe we should have sat back, done a bit of planning, done a bit of market research, looked at the market and see where the gaps were, and basically do a bit of better planning. Obviously, we didn't do that at the time. I mean, that possibly turned out to be an error on our part, but we learned a lot of lessons from that approach, i.e., the diving approach, um, uh, which some people will say, okay, go in, just do what you can, and you learn as you go along. That proved valuable to us in many respects, but also made us realize that, okay, maybe we could have done things a little bit better. And for me, the lessons we learned there was that, look, sometimes it's better to just go in and learn as you go along. Now, some people, they say there's more value in that than actually trying to plan, and because with the best will in the world, sometimes they say that even if you plan something ahead of time, when you get into the heat of battle, you face situations that sort of tell you that, hang on, maybe all those plans wouldn't really work out in reality. But there's always benefit in planning. Anyway, I think I'll just sort of break down what I call the four areas where I felt like the major mistakes I made starting out as an entrepreneur. is, or where, if you like. For those of you who are just joining us, the question tonight, again, I'll just put it on the screen there, is what mistakes did you make as a budding or an entrepreneur or someone who's just starting out in business? I think the first mistake I felt was that, look, maybe we didn't quite look at the end from the beginning. And by that, I mean, we didn't actually set ourselves any goals. So there was no way we could sort of measure how well or how poorly we were doing against what our objectives were. So we just sort of brought it along, you know. So for me, that in itself, again, with a bit of hindsight, we didn't sort of take a big picture look, you know, and said to ourselves, okay, by the end of the first year, we want to see X amount of revenue, or maybe we felt that, look, we want to run this business for 4 or 5 years or 6, 7, 8 years and sell the business off. So in order to sell the business off, you obviously need to have processes in place, you need to have a structure so that anybody who wants to buy the business can step into it and start to make money from day one. So those end objectives would have helped us to create a structure around the business we're trying to build and sell off ultimately. But again, we didn't have that benefit at the time and that level of experience. Okay. And the second thing I thought maybe we didn't quite do was we didn't sort of pay enough attention to market research at the time. We didn't sort of go out and say, hang on, what sort of demand would this product elicit? How many folks would want to buy this product? I mean, who would we sell to, and how big was the market we're trying to engage in, and how much money was there to be made, and what sort of market share did we want from the market, and who were going to buy from us, how much were they willing to spend, you know, all that sort of research that will give you what I call hardcore data that you can use to grow your business with, or even plan your business properly with. So we didn't sort of do any of that. So I think that was possibly a big mistake on our part at the time. And again, with the benefit of hindsight, I think maybe one should have paid a bit more attention to stuff like that. So if you're thinking of starting a business, or you just starting out, maybe this is the kind of thing you want to sort of pay attention to. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. So, and yeah, and I think the other thing I felt maybe as a third thing was that possibly had unrealistic expectations as to what the business would give to us. Because we didn't have any plans, we just sort of felt, oh, if we went in, we would make money, you know. And but again, the level of money that we're trying to make possibly did not match the reality on the ground, because we didn't think about the resources involved. We didn't think about the market we're going to face. We didn't think about the obstacles we will face. We didn't think about the structure around the business, with being able to support the market size that we're going to get. And we didn't even think about the logistics. So all of these things gave us what you might call unrealistic expectations. So that when we ran into challenges, we didn't really have a plan A or B to work on. So we just sort of muddled through things. So I guess in having expectations, it's probably easier, if you like, to plan for things ahead of time, so that when those expectations come, I mean, you sort of be able to manage them and think, okay, fine. In terms of the market size, your expectation is almost what you might call commensurate with what the market size tells you. There's no point having a market size of, say, I don't know, 100 million naira, for instance, or $100 million, and you're planning to grow a product that would sell to 200 million or 300 million. It's just not possible, because that's just the market size. It's so critical. So you need to have a very realistic expectation based on the market you're going into, the size of the nature of the product you're going to sell, and the customers you're going to sell to, how much they're willing to spend. I mean, even if you had a market size of 100 million, if you like, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to even serve the whole market in the first place. So you'd only have a share of that market, because that market exists already. So you need to have a realistic expectation of what you want to sort of get from that marketplace. I think the final thing, if you like, was that we didn't pay too much attention to actual detailed business planning. Now, today I'm a great believer in business planning for a number of reasons, and because it's a classic. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, because the planning sits at the core of most businesses for them to succeed or fail. Because if you don't plan, then you don't have a way of managing expectations, like I said earlier on, right? Looking at projections in terms of how much cash flow you need to meet objectives in your business, or expectations, right? And also, you don't even have the market research or product research to be able to determine whether or not what one item will sell, or how much of it you want to sell over a period. And then you can't even decide, you can't even have a good picture, of good grasp of what the expectations are in terms of you reaching your goals or not. You don't have a way of measuring those goals, or measuring the performance against those goals. You don't have a way of determining whether or not even those goals are realistic based on your cash flow. You don't have a way of knowing whether or not the product you have there has even demand for it. You don't even have a way of even trying to see if you're going to do a pilot to see how well it's going to do. So all those things are the things that help you to create a good plan for you to succeed. So for me, I always say it's important, at least now I know that it's important to sort of carry out as much detailed planning as possible before you commence battle, for want of a better expression, before you get into it. So if you have any questions relating to this, please, 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 by all means, leave your questions in the comment section below. And if you know anyone who you think will benefit from this, by all means, please share this video with them. And follow us on all our channels. Like I said, you can follow us on YouTube by clicking on the subscribe button. And again, if you need to know whenever we go live or we publish videos, please click again on the bell button, which notifies you and lets you know that, oh, a video has gone up. So very much look forward to seeing you guys next week. If this is the first time of you joining us, we'll thank you for joining us today. For all of those who joined us, let's say a big thank you. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week, and hopefully Chioma will be back next week to take us through the next set of questions. Yeah, you take care, and we'll see you next week.